Welcome back to the channel. And I've been out. So much gaming news has been happening. And I've been too busy to cover any of it. I've been gone. So like all the videos up until this point have been pre-recorded. I pre-recorded those last week. So thank everybody for coming with all the demo videos that I had. I had a good time making those, and I'm glad they got received so well. But like there's been so much gaming news with Bungie, with Nintendo, with PlayStation in general. So many things are going wrong over there at PlayStation, and then Xbox is still getting so much good news that the gaming media don't know what the fuck to do with it. So Space Marine 1's remaster was announced last week, and they dropped a bombshell that they're skipping the PlayStation 5. And the gaming media got in a uproar. They got their pennies tight in a bunch, bro. And I'm like, Xbox has been skipped by companies for years. For years, bro. NIS America's still skipping Xbox. They don't give a fuck. Why? Because Xbox version isn't needed for them. So why would Space Marine 1 and Sega and Relic come out and they announce they're not releasing on PlayStation at like day one? Motherfuckers are upset. Because it's going to Game Pass and it's not going to PlayStation. Motherfuckers are really upset. The gaming media, Game Rant, IGN, Kotaku, they're all upset. They're all pissed the PlayStation version got skipped. And it's like, where the fuck is Final Fantasy VII's remake on Xbox? That motherfucker just got announced for Switch 2. Switch 2 not even out yet. Nobody's worried about that shit. Nah, nah, nah. Where the fuck? Where the fuck? Why the hell Stellar Blaze Xbox version get scrapped? Where the fuck is Wukong's Xbox version? All those things skip at Xbox, fine, fine. It's PlayStation. They're number one. But now when Sega come out and want to skip the PlayStation 5 because Xbox is probably paying for half the development costs anyway for the game for the day one and Game Pass deal, that means they don't need the PlayStation version of the game. If Xbox is going to pay half the development costs, it only costs $40 for the game. So I mean, the game is coming in as a remaster, it's pretty cheap, $40. That means it's going to launch on PC, probably sell really fucking well at 40. It's going to be in Game Pass day one. Microsoft is probably throwing them a deal, pay half their development costs for the Xbox game. Sega doesn't need the PlayStation version at that point. They already recouping the investment. Why the fuck is everybody upset about that? It is just good business. Microsoft has skewed the market in their favor so well since buying Call of Duty that Game Pass deals are gonna be what most of these companies are looking for. Why? Because rising cost of games are gonna be $80 now. I just heard that Borderlands fucking what is it? Borderlands 4, Borderlands 5. I forget what number they on. That shit's gonna be $80 at launch. Are you fucking stupid, Gearbox? Yes, you are. You're a fucking dumbass. But we're not talking about them right now. We're talking about Sega and Relic and Xbox and Game Pass. Game cost is going up. That means these budgets are getting higher. And all these companies are laying people off and shutting down. Why? Because they're not recouping their investment. They're not making their money back. They're trying, but they gotta sell games to make that money back. And trying to sell these games at 60, 70, $80, they're not making it back. Why? Because motherfuckers are looking at their game and they're looking at another game. And they're like, I'm gonna just go buy that instead. They're getting cooked up. So when Game Pass comes in and pulls some shit like they did with Claire Obscure, pulls some shit like they did with Bethesda in Oblivion's remaster, and now Space Marine 1's remastered, it just makes sense, bro. Because Microsoft gonna pay that money up front. We all know they are. And everybody was talking down on Game Pass deals before. But now big ass companies like Sega are taking Game Pass deals. They've been doing this with Atlas for 2 years now. Metaphor ReFantazio is going into Game Pass. And it ain't even a year old yet. So these Game Pass deals are definitely getting more and more utilized by other gaming media. I mean, not other gaming companies. Because Microsoft is paying upfront costs for 25, 50% of their development costs. They're going to take the money. Why? Because they got to pay their employees. They don't want to shut down. So they're not going to be dependent on selling a million copies, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million copies. Because they're dependent on this shit. They dependent on selling 10 million to make their game recoup. They're not making it. They know they're not. It's hard to succeed in the gaming industry nowadays. So Game Pass deals are starting to make more sense. And you know what's starting to make less sense? Putting that motherfucker on PlayStation where you have to sell the fucking game. Because that version can wait. Why? Because you have to sell it. So why not recoup your investment first? because it's low budget. They already remastering this motherfucker on PC anyway. Xbox and PC are kind of like, cousins. Easy to port that shit from PC to Xbox. Easy as hell. We all know it's easy as hell. They put them over in Game Pass. They get their development costs paid for, half of it at least. And now they can just sit on it, make their money back, and then make the PlayStation version and sell a little bit more. It'd be a bonus for them. And that's what the gaming industry is looking like now. And the gaming media outlets not liking it is kind of crazy because it makes perfect sense business wise. Maybe if you're a fan, you're only on PlayStation, you get cooked, you don't get the PlayStation 1 remaster. That's fine. Niggas on Xbox ain't played Final Fantasy in a long time. So I guess it's just a part of the game. But the fact that people like IGN and there was people like fucking Game Rant, they were talking about Xbox releasing all their games on PlayStation. Why would they have an exclusivity deal with Sega in Space Marine 1? And I got to thinking, like, I don't think Microsoft signed an exclusivity deal. I think PlayStation is just a second option now. I think Game Pass has got so strong that PlayStation is the second option now. And a lot of companies still see PlayStation as the first option, Xbox is the second option. But there's going to be companies that be like, why not take that? Why not take that upfront money, bro? If Microsoft want to give you $100 million to drop a Game Pass day one, why the fuck not? What is it stopping? It's not stopping anything. Because all the games that dropped in Game Pass day one still sold really fucking well because they were great games. The Game Pass drop didn't change anything. So why the fuck would they not take the deal? That's exactly where we're at now, bro. And I'm gonna just end this right here. Make sure that like button, subscribe. It feels good to be back in the seat making videos. I gotta play some games, bro. I gotta get some videos made. So I'll see you on the next one.